We were very close, living in Baulkham Hills, to the entrance to the M2 when that first opened, and obviously, now there'd be thousands of people using the M2 to get into the city every day. But, one thing that I took home a little bit from my first kind of trips to Europe, the very first couple of times, is that, all this is getting paid by my parents. So, when you're kind of over there 18, 17 years old and you're doing your first kind of trips and kind of using it more as a good time. So you end up going out after sailing, you might have a bad day and just go and kind of, go out to the bar or whatever it might be and spend a bunch of money. It kind of really hit home that, my dad's going to work to pay for me to do that, which, it didn't really sit well with me. So similar sort of things like driving to the toll on the M2, I think it was like 10, 12 bucks at the time, years ago. Each way. So for me to just spend an extra 20 minutes in the car to go down Epping Road or whatever it might be to save that money, it doesn't sound like much one-off, but when you're doing it every day for 365 days or whatever it might be, it adds up. So, and I'd rather spend that money on something else that's more valuable. Going back a few years now, my dad would work at Neutral Bay, so he would drive me. I'd go with him to work at his time, which was 6:30 in the morning, and he'd just drop me down to Middle Harbour Amateur Sailing Club, and I'd be a member there at the time. It was just kind of like a garage door. You had a combo lock on the thing, and you just go inside, and there was a couch there that I'd just sleep there until everyone rocked up at 9, 10 o'clock, and then we'd go sailing. So that's just how it was, and that's what needed to be done, and that's what happened. In football, you need to be a certain size. In sailing a laser, you need to be kind of 80 to 82 kilos. So at the time, I was like 76 kilos and needed to put on 5-6 kilos. And as much as most people would think that that's easy, for whatever reason, my body type, it wasn't super easy. I spent heaps of time in the gym, and in the end, it was just like putting calories in was actually quite a hard thing to do. So yeah, not that eating Kit Kats is hard, but in the end, I was basically living off tuna, tin tuna, and rice, where I just get Tupperware containers and fill 5 Tupperware containers up with rice, and just put 10 tins of tuna in my bag, and that's how I'd basically live every day, just having food with me all the time so I could eat it kind of like clockwork every 2 hours. I remember got to a stage where I could tell the time off my stomach, so as soon as it would start grumbling, I knew it was 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and that's just like time to eat. So, it wouldn't be a tough story to a lot of people. A lot of athletes out there go through the similar thing. So, but at the time, I was quite young and just didn't really know what was required, and that's how I got it done.